Hello, welcome to my channel 25th and South. My name is Cece and today I'm doing kind of a fun, goofy video. So I am going to be going to the Backstreet Boys concert here shortly in the next few days actually, and so I thought in honor of my beautiful boys I would create them in cast. So here we are. I am working on Nick right now and I just loved kind of putting them together. I worked on their facial details off camera because I really wanted to try and make them as close as possible as to how they actually look, which of course is impossible when you're using just sort of strictly EA facial features and things like that. I don't like using alpha, so I'm sure I probably could have found something that looked a bit closer to how they actually look, but I did my best. Hopefully you'll approve. I think probably the hardest part was to try and get all their different styles down. And so I was like scrolling through Pinterest, looking at a bunch of photos, photo shoots, and what's crazy about photo shoots is, of course, it's probably their style just sort of maximized to the 10th power. So that was probably the hardest part of trying to put their looks together. But as you can see, I'm just finishing up Nick, and I really try to give him sort of that more sophisticated kind of streetwear type of look. What's kind of funny is when I got done with all of them, I realized that practically everybody in their everyday outfit was wearing blue except for AJ, and I have no idea how I ended up doing that. So the screenshots, I did change a couple of their clothes, or their everyday outfit clothes, because I didn't want them all wearing blue. I mean, they're a boy band, but they don't have to dress alike all the time. Really the only outfit where they're all matchy is their formal wear, because I love those photo shoots when they're all sort of dressed up and they're all wearing black or they're all wearing white or something like that. So I put them all in black for their formal wear, and so you'll see screenshots of them all together in that. But yeah, I love these guys so much. I've been listening to the Backstreet Boys since I was 10 years old. I have all of their albums, even their new stuff. I know people look at me crazy because they're like, you still listen to the Backstreet Boys? Let me tell you something. I am what is known as a ride or die chick. So when I say I'm a huge fan of the Backstreet Boys, I mean I am a huge fan of the Backstreet Boys. This concert is the second concert that I've been to, that I will be going to, but I went on their cruise tour. Like, I spent money to go and hang out with them on a cruise with thousands of other adoring fans, and it was so much fun. I went a few years ago, but I just love them so much. Growing up, you know, their music, and along with the other pop idol music stars, I used to just go in my bedroom and just sort of escape the craziness of the world and just listen to them and just imagine that every single song that they sang was about me. So for me, their music was really therapeutic, and even to this day, listening to, you know, their older stuff or their newer stuff, it's just therapy for me. I just love listening to them, and I really just in real life love their friendship. You know, each of the guys, they've been through so much health scares, addiction, just family losses and things like that, and it's so cool to sort of see how they all have just stuck together and supported each other, especially when there's so many musical groups and bands who've broken up over the most pettiest situations and refuse to even speak to each other. And through everything that the Backstreet Boys have gone through at the height of their career, when the whole world loved them, to even now where they still have a pretty good fan base, but let's face it, the media is not kind to the Backstreet Boys when it comes to promoting them and building them up to where they deserve. But through it all, they've always just stuck together, and I just love them so much, and they're really good with their fans. You know, they have like 3 or 4, 5 songs dedicated strictly to their fans and how much they love their fans. And it's obvious, just, you know, the concerts that I've been to and some of the video footage that I've watched, how they really just, they respect us and they love us, and they recognize, you know, that, you know, we're not just into just their music, that we're into them as individuals, and they always treat their fans with such great respect, and I just love them so much. I guess a fun little story that I can tell is from the cruise. So me and my friends, we went on a Backstreet Boys cruise. It was ported out of Miami, and we went to the Bahamas, to a private island on the Bahamas, and it was only, I think, 3 days, but it was so crazy. Like, the entire cruise ship was dedicated to them, right? And so first day we got there, one of my friends was like, let's go to the, you know, the cafeteria, and see if we can get pictures of them. And I'm thinking, there's no way that they're gonna be walking around, you know, just all willy-nilly out in the open. But I was like, okay, let's just go. And so I grabbed my phone and we went upstairs, and we're walking the deck, and all of a sudden we start hearing like these screams and seeing people running, and we realize, oh my gosh, there must be Backstreet Boy. And we go over and we realize, oh my gosh, it's AJ. And AJ is like flanked by 2 security guards, and he's trying to walk like from one end of the little cafeteria to the other. I guess they had one part of the cruise ship was just for them, where they were all in suites, and so I think he was trying to get food and then go back. But of course everybody wanted to take a picture with him, and we wanted to too. And so we were kind of looking like, how can we get close to him? How can we get a picture? You know, they're trying to get him through as quickly as he can, and he's taking pictures while he's walking. And we noticed, okay, if we go outside, you know, on the deck, and we run down that way, we can cut him off at the corridor at the end. And so we did that and literally cut him off and was directly in front of him. And I remember just shaking and being so nervous, and it felt like our phones couldn't work anymore. And he was just like, it's cool, I'll take a picture, like, just relax. And he took a picture with us, and it was like, I don't know, I couldn't breathe. For me, I feel like that was the first time I'd ever been in front of like a quote-unquote celebrity in real life. So someone that I'd been watching on TV and for years and listening to the radio for years is now actually standing in front of me, and it was just such a cool moment. Well, not even 10 minutes later, we hear more crazy commotion, and we're like, what's going on? And then we realize, oh my gosh, it's Howie. And here's the thing about Howie. You see him in pictures, you think, okay, he's a short guy. This man, I'm 5'4". He can't be any taller than me. Maybe 5'5", maybe 5'6". They gave him one bodyguard to try and get him through a crowd of hundreds of screaming, adoring women. It was, I don't know who decided to give Howie one bodyguard to try and get him through this boat, but they failed, because Howie was not moving anywhere. He was stuck. He literally just had to take pictures with every single person that was in the crowd, because nobody was letting him move, including me. I got my picture with Howie. But let's see, I think the only other picture I got was with my beautiful Kevin, who I adore and love so much, and I was so brokenhearted when he left the band, and you know, so ecstatic when he decided to come back, obviously. But I love them so much, and I'm so excited to go to this concert. Today is a Friday and the concert is on a Tuesday, and me and my friend, who, you know, we've been friends since we were little kids and we loved listening to them growing up, we're going to road trip from where we live and go to the concert. It's not that far from where we live. It's about 3 hours drive, and we're gonna just party it up and just have so much fun, and it'll be so cool. Like, I'm already calling it. It's gonna be one of the greatest nights of our lives. What's kind of crazy is my friend is pregnant and she's due next month, and so I'm like, okay, so go ahead, get your medical records. Like, we gotta plan our route from the stadium to the hospital just in case you go into labor, because we're gonna have so much fun. You might go into labor right now. So I'll say this: if the Backstreet Boys ever watch this video, which I highly doubt they will, but if they do, I just want to say thank you guys so much for just being you, for always just being true to yourself, true to your music, for loving each other and being such a good example of what brotherly love and good friendship love can look like. I think one of my favorite things to watch is your documentary, and to just see, even when you guys are arguing and fighting, you can see there's still so much love between all of you, and that's so encouraging to watch. You guys are such awesome role models, especially with your families. I just love how great dads you've all become, you know, especially, you know, Nick and AJ, when there were moments when us as fans were like, oh gosh, I just hope they make it. I just hope they make it. And you guys have just turned your lives around and been such inspirations, and you're such, you know, good husbands and good dads. And that's so, it just warms my heart as a fan to just see how all of you have just grown into these amazing men. And for me as a kid, you know, there's that moment in your life when you realize that your parents aren't superheroes. For me, that was when my dad was diagnosed with cancer when I was 12. And like I said, going into my room and listening to your music, it really just helped me through, you know, all of that hard time. You know, cancer affects not just the person that, you know, it's afflicting, but the whole family. And for, you know, little tween and teenager, cancer really just shook my life, and watching my dad kind of suffer and go through that. But then listening to you guys and some of those other 90s bands just really sort of helped me escape just a little bit, if only for a little bit. But thankfully, my dad is in remission, and he's healthy, and he's doing well, and, you know, he's retired and living that retired life. But I just want to say again, from the bottom of my heart, as a true fan, I love you guys so much. And so the video is coming to an end. So for those of you who are watching, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a happy little thumbs up. And shoot me a comment down below. Who's your favorite Backstreet Boy, or what was your favorite Backstreet Boy song? And if for some unknown reason you weren't into the Backstreet Boys, I don't know, maybe you were a loser or something, tell me who was your favorite 90s, early 2000s, or 2000s artists, and what was it about their music that just made you love them so much, and why are you still a fan? Because I want to hear that. If you are still a fan, why? But again, please subscribe if you haven't already. Again, my name is Cece, and I promise never to break your game. Bye.
Wait up for me, I'd go anywhere that you do. Put it all out in the open. No, we don't have to control it. Put it all out in the open. If it's only for a moment, it's a lifetime of emotion. Put it all out in